Lesson 6.6, Systems of Inequalities. The focus target is I can graph a system of linear inequalities. And we're going to start by practicing here. We're solving the system of inequalities by graphing. Now let's graph this system of inequalities. We've got two inequalities. That's what we call a system of inequalities. Step 1 is find the slope-intercept form of each inequality. And what is slope-intercept form? It's y equals mx plus b. Alright, so now that we're over here, we want to treat the inequality symbol as an equal sign and put it into slope-intercept form. We do that by adding x to both sides of the inequality, and we'll get y is greater than x minus 5. He's in slope-intercept form. Next, step 2, we're going to identify the slope and y-intercept. The slope is the coefficient in front of the x. So our slope m is going to be equal to 1 or 1 over 1. Right? Our b is the constant sitting next to the term with the x. So our b is negative 5. Let's do the same for equation 2 or equation b. Inequality a and inequality b. So to do this one, we're going to subtract 4x from both sides. And we'll be left with 3y is less than or equal to negative 4x plus 6. We're going to divide by 3 on both sides of the inequality. We'll be left with y is less than or equal to negative 4 over 3x plus 6 over 3, which is 2. And now we're going to identify our m and our b. Our m is equal to negative 4 over 3. The coefficient in front of the x, and our b is equal to 2. Alright, what are we going to do now? We're going to graph the boundary line. So let's go ahead and start with inequality A. We'll start at negative 5 on our y-intercept and put our first dot there. Our slope is 1 over 1, so we're going to go 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1. And so this is our line here. And let me go and get a straight edge. And I am going to draw my line. Yeah, I actually drew this incorrectly. It should be a dotted line because it is greater than, right? So this is dotted. I don't know how I could signify dotted. Maybe I could do this. Yeah. So this is incorrectly drawn. This is a dotted line. Now we're going to look at inequality B, and we're going to start with the y-intercept 2. So we'll go up to 2 on the y-axis and put our first dot. And our slope is negative 4, 3. So we're going to go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go over 3 here. Okay, sorry about that. But we are going down 4 over 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going over 3. And that's our 2 points of our inequality. We're going to go ahead and draw our line. And this line is going to be solid because we have less than or equal to. So I'm going to do this. Solid line. And now we want to select a test point to determine which of the quadrants we shade in. Okay, let's go ahead and start with 0, 0. Let's start with this test point here. What we're going to do with that test point, 0, 0, is we're going to substitute x is 0, y is 0 into the first inequality. And if it's true, we're going to shade that side in. Then we're going to test in the second inequality, and we're going to shade that side in. So let's go ahead and try 0, 0 into the first inequality. It's going to be negative 0 plus 0 is greater than negative 5. That means 0 is greater than negative 5. And is that true? Yes, that is true. That is true. So our first inequality is here, this line, and 0, 0 is true. So we're going to shade this side in like so. Then we're going to use 0, 0 onto the second inequality, and we're going to get 4 times 0 plus 3 times 0 is less than or equal to 6. Okay? That's going to be 0 plus 0 is less than or equal to 6, which is 0 is less than 6. Is this a true statement? Yes, it is true. So that means we're going to shade in for this inequality here, this line, we're going to shade in the side that includes the test point. So we're going to shade this side in. What does that mean? What is our solution? It's where they overlap. And where do they overlap? Not here, not here, definitely not here. It's this quadrant here. Right? So maybe I could signify that this is the quadrant that my solution is in by shading it in a little bit more drastically. And that's our solution.